Is it starting? Yes. Hello everyone. Hello Brandon and Rivera. Welcome and welcome back, fellows of the My Little Pony universe and Blender independent software. So let's go for immediately the continuation of this streaming. So we have Brandon and Blitzstrike and the voice actor of Blitzstrike is right here in the chat. It's Rivera Israel, and I think Brandon. Do you make Brandon's voice also? I think yes. Right. So we have two voice actors and their respective characters here. Okay, we don't have yet the backpack of Brandon. I forgot to get this, but we're gonna get in another moment. Here will be a bit troublesome to do this right now. It's not an animation thing, it's more like a rigging thing, so it's not bothering that. So the scene here, this shot particularly, is like this.
You know, kid, when it comes to women,
Yeah, I've added these cars here, right? So it's kind of a bit more action.
you know, kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
Okay, so this car here, I think it's the camera that I need to revise how the camera. So it's the first thing that I'm gonna do. I want to make this motion of the camera more interesting, so we see that the car is passing, is going.
How to
It's
handle them.
I know.
it's just too fast. The camera rotation doesn't work very well. So and maybe here we could improve something about the angle, because I'm not sure if his pose will be like that. Yeah, something. Yeah, so before the framing should be better that I adjust other things. So let's consider first, if we go to the very beginning, what we have is the walk cycles. Okay, the cars. There's something to do about the wheels of the cars, that they are not spinning. I'm not sure if these rigs here allow this one, certainly not, because it's not I had to create an armature for it, but this one perhaps has some wheel rig. I haven't checked. Maybe, yeah, it has. So but I'm not sure how this work. There's a formula, an equation to know how much it should spin. It's not super important, but it kind of, yeah, if we can do that, that should be fun. So um, how, a lot of bones here. I don't know what are those supposed to do. I don't know. Wheel brake. Oh yeah, okay. This car even have some brakes that we can apparently control, but it doesn't seem to. Okay, this is not for this shot, right? These shots here, but there's this stuff, right? The dampening system. Sorry about the noise. This green tea. Okay, so here we got also this. This is a free rig taken from the Blender kit, right? And okay, here is the root. No, this is not the root. The root is here. Okay, so this is the only bone that I've manipulated. So I need to find out how to rotate this thing. So this is animation, right? So it's part of this. So this is just an empty object, and this is what I need to rotate. The problem to rotate this in Blender is that okay, there's a axis rotation. Oh yeah, okay, now this is not too complicated. Okay, so I just need to advance this value, like add infinitum, something like that. I believe all of them is positive rotation. Yeah, it's just all positive rotation. So what you're gonna do is gonna pick all of these bones, and we're gonna keyframe them into the car. We have some message in the chat. Let's see. Oh, I have no doubt about yeah, there will be some shots about that we will, oh, there's a second phrase, that we will get his new voice lines down. Yes, thanks for the optimism. So the problem, yeah, I'd like to reach those shots, at least one of dialogue, new dialogue, right, to animate in this stream session, but it will depend on if we can. I would like to fix lots of things first, so this fix can take a lot of time. So if we can, eventually it will be achieved, but it can take some time. So right now it's just past 6 minutes on the stream, so I think it's good use of time so far. So okay, we found out how to do this. So just need to, this is very easy. We go back to the very beginning. The car starts moving even if it's out of the scene, it's fine. So keyframe this, no, not like this. We need the car. We need the, oh, of course, okay. So we need to, this will cause some problem. We don't need this. Okay, let's keyframe this like this, and then we are going to then, since the car never stops, oops, cannot change this, we are gonna try to follow it until the last moment, and about here, yeah. So that's this skull marker. And so then we get to this marker, we will keyframe, no, we're gonna add ludicrous, no, with hold alt, we add ludicrous, I don't know how many, how much we, so this is just positive values, something like a lot. This is just a calculation, like the car moved many meters, how much these wheels must spin, like it's a secondary, it's a high school physics class problem, right? But I'm doing animation, I'm not calculating, not doing animation physics here, so that should do. Because even if it's not, it's probably not accurate, but maybe this is sufficient to give the illusion. So to follow this in time, like the car will be moving, we need to follow the car as it moves. So this is another problem, but we can probably fix this by just adding a temporary, yeah, we're gonna make a temporary fix to this. We're gonna add a just a camera here, a camera object. Then we're gonna make sure it is I don't know, let's make it the active camera, and let's not keyframe this camera. Yeah, no, let's not keyframe this. Let's move it like here. Let's then parent this camera to this rig, keep offset, just a temporary camera, and let's save, and let's see where this camera has gone. Let's see, it's here. Okay, it's not important. So that will have get his but one thing I will say though, you will be shocked on what car Blitz Strike owns. Interesting. I didn't know he got a car. And I'll not be spoiling it. There's maybe a flying car. I don't know, just an idea, because there are wings in his backpack. But yeah, please don't spoil. I want to discover at the right moment. So let's go here and play this. No, the camera is not following. Why it is not? Oh, it was not parented. Okay, I need to, oh, okay. Get the camera, get the object, and keep transformed. Okay, no, something is not good. Why this? Okay, very strange. This thing is not. Oh, there's an action here. Okay, no action for camera, but it's still. This is very weird. What's happening to this camera? Maybe I need to parent in a special way. Yeah, let's parent in a to bone. No. Okay, this sounds like a bug or something. I'm here, by the way. I'm just watching. Yes, thanks, Brandon. So, notify. Yes, you're a bit silent, but that's okay. So, strange. What's happening here? So, it's troubleshooting. This is where AI should be useful. Why my camera is not following? Then, oh, the Blender says because it's there's a bug, something like this. How good that would be, right? So now okay, let's try to parent this to are you going to do more of the body animation? Yeah, sure. This is just because this is good to warm up here, because it's necessary, and it is like it should be simple. Okay, finally. Okay, so here we go. So let's go to the camera.
You know, kid, when it comes to women,
They look okay. I don't know why they do this though. This is weird. Like, unless oh, here, of course, because we have no, there's no explanation for this behavior, or it's just illusion. That's it.
you know, kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them. You know, kid, when it comes to women,
This is okay. It's out of camera, so
sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I made that on purpose.
I know.
Okay, so this is fine as long as we don't get this strange motion here. Let's also try to get this texture here. And so this wheel stuff. I won't bother for the other car now, because I just wanted to see, because it's not rigged, right? But this one is rigged, so it's good that we get.
You know,
It's hard to tell even with the texture. If these wheels are.
kid, when it comes to women,
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's at this point where they start to get weird for some reason.
you know, kid,
Then it's
when it
fine.
comes to women,
But this part, there's no, I can't explain why it should be. Oh, I see. This is Bezier, of course. We need to change this to, well, not of course, but it should be linear. Now let's see.
you know, kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
Okay, they seems to be going the wrong direction, right? It's very weird. Let's see if it's not a
You
distance.
know, kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
All right, so what we can do then, we're just gonna go for the last one again, and let's try, maybe this is exaggerated, then let's get like halfway degrees. Let's go back here. No, it's still super weird. Okay, what matter, let's try a negative then, and for all of them, and Apparently I did it wrong. We didn't keyframe this correctly. Let's try this. Copy single to selected. Let's try.
You know, kid.
Okay, maybe it's an effect of like a real physics effect when we optical effect, right? Because if we just do a 100
When it,
and actually keyframe this, it doesn't seem to be changing. Yeah, Blender is getting very weird on this bones. It's like it's not reproducing what I want. Okay, let's try this. Is this wheel here still not? Wait, it is. It's not possible. Something. Sorry, this is not. Something is very weird here. Is not keyframing my value here. Let's try. Oh, now it worked. Okay. Okay, it worked for that one. So of course that shows that the direction is correct. So it was an illusionary effect. And for some reason it got the wrong value now. Okay, I give up on this for now. Let's go for something of more interesting, right, folks? Oh, sorry. Well, that it's things happen like that all the time in Blender, so this is why sometimes uh, we have to so okay, let's see. Yes, body animation. So now we go for the. I'll fix that offline in another moment. So we're gonna adjust their walk cycles because there are some details on both Brandon and Blitz Strike which are related to some little fancy details on the fingers and important things, by the way. So that will not be fundamental to their walking here, but it doesn't matter. I'll start fixing them on these frames, right? So we need to look for Brandon rig. Yes, here. So it's this one, and we can lock this this position. Let's go. So what can we improve here? So essentially it's something about the arms and the fingers, right? Maybe a little and stop in the tilting of the head. The sliding here it's not important because it's only important if it appears too much here. Yeah. Okay, so let's go for the hand. So the first cycle works in here. We will be able to visualize it, or maybe not. Yes, it will be here, right? So this is the first cycle. So you need to get to start here and reproduce. Okay, so let's see what we can get here. The fingers, we need these bones. Fingers and details, why they are not showing now? It looks like the rig is... Oh yeah, of course I know what's going on. probably it's conflicting with those ones. Well, doesn't seem to have to be doing any difference here. If we just look for the torso. Okay, let's try to actually unsolo all. Okay, so something was weird about the solo. Maybe it's a bug. Something about the I haven't found any start here. So let's go back to the rig UI. So definitely it's no, not this. It is one. So we don't need this. We don't need this. We just need yeah, we just need this for now. So here the hand is doing this. Yeah, so the full cycle is here, one loop. So we can, yeah, we can use this. We can use these ones. Maybe, why not? Something more relaxed finger. Okay, we're gonna keep it simple, right? Maybe a little tilt here on the hand would be nice. Then as the hand progresses forward, we have this, of course, we need I'm not seeing where is the it was easier to see before. Okay, it is here. Okay. Yeah, this is frame 36. Yeah, I should have known. Okay. Because the method, the approach I'm using here, not using the NLA editor, so I have to do this. But I know what I'm doing. This will work. It's just a different strategy. Let's get now to this other pose, the other extremity, and do something like the reverse, something like this. Here we could do something like this. And maybe the hand here will be better if we do something slightly more. Okay, let's try. Looks like that. Oh, I wasn't keyframing. Okay, have to do again. So at least I know what needs to be done, so it won't take too long. Okay, this was one thing. Then the other 36. Okay, we don't need to do anything here. We need to instead go to halfway, which is 18. And here we can tweak the hand in like this. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, even better. They say sometimes mistakes are better. With mistakes, we can catch better ideas sometimes. Okay, so here we can get this, and like this is an animation refinement. It's certainly not the most exciting thing, but the hands in 3D animation, like it's very, very crude. If we don't, in my perception, right, maybe you agree, uh, if we, it's horrible to see. It's difficult to watch if the, sorry, yeah, drinking like a Japanese, making noise, drinking tea. So basically, it's not this camera, it's the other camera. It is the, we need to go to the environment, this camera. So I'm gonna make this the active camera. No, what's happening? This is not the right camera. No, it can't be done. We have a camera here. Yes, it is this camera. This camera seems to have been displaced. No, it is right there. Okay, I need to, okay, so that seems a critical. Oh, I think I made the rig, yeah, the active. This is horrible. So here we got this camera. Now let's go back. Okay, but why I wanted the camera? I don't even remember now. We can't see the walks with the camera here. So we need to rely on looking here. All right, so we need the rig, and let's use the other view. It will be better. Yeah, this is nice. I don't like that the arm is a bit too stiff here, so maybe a breakdown. But it's okay in the sense that he's uh, like throwing the arm forward, right? This arm. It works, right? It makes sense. It's just a bit rough. There's some slight intersection here. It's not. It's something about the rig, unfortunately. It's not. It's something that we can fix usually with tweaking bones, but it's complicated. It's in this case it will be useful. Maybe. Okay, so but I think that the swing of the arm is okay. We can use this. Another way would be to swing this arm, like instead of swinging straight, make a breakdown. Yeah, I think the breakdown will look better. So we're gonna make a, as Brandon swings his arm like here, we can get his arm. Where is the keyframe? In this keyframe here, we can like do something like here, and yeah, we're just more interested in just doing something like this and see There's slightly no difference, but oh, because it didn't keyframe, right? Okay, let's do this now. Yes, okay, so yeah, I think this is better than this. Back and forth is not good because what's happening is there's a keyframe right here which is not adequate. So you'll have to perhaps, yeah, remember what this is, an extrapolation one. We might have to frame, so it's Control E, I guess. No, it's Shift E. No, it is. How does this break down? Push Control E. Okay, so it's Control E. Yeah, does something like this. And then this pose is not exactly what we want here. We want the reverse. So we're gonna yes. So there's a swing there of the hand, but it kind of works, but this doesn't need to be like this. It can still remain like this for a while, and then it's faster. Yeah. Now we have a good wavy motion for this one. Yeah, and so the cycle ends here. So now we would need to fix this for the other side, which is not exactly symmetric, but the essence thing, essentially everything is the same here. So 18, the same idea, so we can just tweak it slightly different. It's not so simple in Blender to get this stuff symmetrized, like inverted. It's more complicated than it seems. I did some, but some of those things that worked, but at some point I couldn't fix it anymore. It would require more developments. Okay, so this is the 36 equivalent, should be equivalent to 30, yeah, to this one. So what you're gonna do is that we're going to reset the scales, do this, and we're gonna do here and do this, and okay, so something like this would be fine. And would there would be an extrapolation, right, that it will be here. So I'm gonna remake this one, Control E, something about here, and then this same fix we're gonna this is not very good, so we're gonna make it instead Yeah, so we're gonna delay the rotation there. Also, this will prevent some. Also, we're gonna bring this out a little. And here, yes, we're gonna. Can we just Shift E this? Yeah, we can. So we're gonna bring this about here. So it's a breakdowner. Okay, this is good. So the other thing that I missed here was when he swings this, Brony swings his arms here, we're gonna bring this outward a little, something like that. Just very subtle, but sufficient to have a more interesting wavy motion. And then, okay, so this goes for the whole cycle of the, well, of Brandon. So I just edited some bones, but just in order to be sure, yeah, we're gonna select all of this and all of this. I don't remember having touched anything else, so we're gonna with all these channels, yeah, a lot of channels. We need to get interesting. There seem to be no, left and right, yeah. Left, yeah. It's all correct. But why this seems to be lacking some keyframing somewhere? Or it's just because it's confusing. What is this for? What is this about? Palm? This is an extra. Oh, okay, of course, this is the middle. This is correct. It's totally correct. Okay, so this is exactly the middle. It ends here. So yeah, let's go back. So we're gonna have all this up to 20. No, not these ones. We're gonna Shift D exactly over. Okay, Shift D overriding here. Then 72. Okay, Shift D overriding there. And here we reach for the last animation. So this is the dangerous part, because here we might end up overriding some work that I don't think there's, because it's very the beginning here and there's more walking there. Let's see. So yeah, this is a little issue here that we'll have to. Okay, we can cheat on that. So we don't, what we're gonna do is that the last was here, right? So he seems to be walking fine. So I need to do some variation about 120. So that means that whatever is before is just a copy. So let's see if I keep duplicating this, it will just override, yeah, beyond the 20. So we just need to get like maybe about this. And now I need to know, it's a bit tricky. Let's go back. The frame is 100. Okay, 100 exactly. No, it's not 100. It is this one, 106. So I need to start on 106 and add about less than 20. Yeah, let's try just this. It should be fine. So we get this one, Shift D. That is good. Okay, that's just what we needed. So that means that now the cycle has, well, manual cycle, right, has been updated for the everything. This all can be automated, right, with the NLA or some other technique, but the cost for me for doing this at this point, I think, will be too much bigger than what I'm doing. So now we need to do, yeah, this last here will be good to fix for Brandon. But I like to fix the walk cycle of for the fingers. If there's anything to do on to improve on the walk cycle of Blitzstrike, that should be good to achieve now. So this part is more customized, so I don't this stuff. So we just need to address this later. Oops, not resetting anything here. Okay, let's go back to this rig and let's get the, we don't need the control face. What we need is to go to the beginning. Maybe at this point we want to hide Brandon. This warp, I don't know why it has happened. Looks like a mistake of some sort. There is no reason for this to happen. Is this affecting? It occurs immediately at the transition of the shots. Yeah, so no, this is acceptable. We don't need to care about this. It's fine. Fortunately, no problem. So we're gonna start with this one. Is the same pattern, is 36, and we don't need this, we don't need this. We're gonna bring Brandon and Blitzstrike rig to the top. So it's Blitzstrike here. Okay, so one thing I need to try to fix to improve is the balance, this waving of the, I need to fix his hands on the shoulders, on the upper arm, like a, or need to fix this. It's should be simple, but it's like the I key struggling. We can I already improved that, but it was not sufficient. So of course it relates to the poll targets, because if the poll targets keep going nuts, right, it is normal that it won't work for the rest. So in order to address this properly, okay, let's make sure we don't have anything here that matters. First of all, okay, we got this. So let's try to get the beginning here. We're going to readjust because I have touched these bones, but now I know where the pole targets are. We're gonna focus on the pole targets. Of course, it's not exactly how the hands occur in this kind of pose, but it should do the job. So let's make sure he's not. There seems that these shards have some weird deformation here. No, there's, well, except for there, it's not working. That might need, yeah, this one might need some revision. Those things are very difficult. Have to see what's happening to them, but okay, anyways, it's not the point now. We can do this, right? And as for the fingers, I might have to pull his hand here a little. Need the Alt-Y key to looks like something is failing on this system. It's like some fingers are having some difficulty in bending the way I want. Yeah, some finger seems to be struggling. It shouldn't be like that. So I don't know why it is resisting the. Here is doing fine, but in this direction doesn't seem to be. Okay, so the tool it was intended to work is not working very well. Maybe it's some have to do an F key then, which in this system, what could solve here with pose assets, but we don't have pose assets for the fingers, the hand poses, so this is not. So this should do for now. See, here is working fine. What could be causing this is the inverse kinematics. Are you going to animate Blitz Strike some more? Yes. So, of course, I intend to finish these improvements of the walk cycles. Then I think I'm gonna skip some, like, to show more interesting thing. Like, I think I'm gonna revise Hans. I don't know what is it. Sorry. I think I'm gonna skip this. The when they stop, right? The moment the animation will stop fixing that. But then I'm gonna focus on this pose for Blitz Strike, and also the layout, right? The framing. I try to get a good framing of them on that pose, right? Here, right? I try to maybe not reframe here because the cars are animated already based on this frame. I think the frame is okay, but yeah, it's just essentially their pose, especially Blitz Strike, is very bad. So I'm gonna fix that. You see, there's the lip sync already working for him, and this is useful. So I think it will be nice to.
You know, kid, when it comes to women,
I think here will be nice to grant to him, despite the fact he's on the back behind Brandon, still try to get a bit more attention to his face from this angle. From this shot, I'm not sure if it's possible. Maybe I bring him here even, or rotate him like yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Good. Okay, so I think that should be a possibility. Like, you get, yeah, so he will be facing Brandon, right? Already. Yeah, and so even if the cars are passing and he's in this side, we can, because he's looking at Brandon, so that seems he's looking closer towards the face, the camera, sorry, that yeah, this seems to work. All right, so this kind of solves one problem, right? So as for this foot, I don't know what this foot is doing here. Now it got of course, because it is trying to interpolate now with the other foot. So this happens because of the way I'm doing it. So I need to be careful here. Just gonna pick all his bones, and for now just do constant there, and he's standing still. Well, not totally, yeah, because there's both targets. So we are just gonna say now shift D. Oh, not working. Okay, we get this, then we T constant, then we go here, and then we delete all. And still not working. So it's not working because we need to make this constant, not this. All right, now he's standing still. Okay, so this got this.
You know, kid.
Not that I like this this pose. No, it's just better than it was before, right? Now at least we got an idea. Then maybe another car.
You know, kid. When it comes to women,
And then finally, this is what I want to tackle. The lip sync. We don't have lip sync for.
sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
Yeah, so this is the shot that I believe I should be reaching by the end today. I hope it's enough. The way you said revisions, 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 revisions. Interesting. Yeah, never thought about that. What did it sound like? Sounds like. Does it revisions? Revisions that remember anything? Or okay, so here this is what matters here the most in this string. So it's like the if there would be time, but I don't. Unfortunately, I don't think there would be time because this the next here part would be.
But it's just not easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it.
So there is more
But
dialogue
it's
here.
just not easy, you know?
So here I want a new shot, shot 5, right?
But it's just not easy.
So we could try to, for example, if we try to make this, how they say, if we want to make this, we need to change the camera here before something horrible happens. We need to make the camera transforms constant. Yes, why they are not why Blender is not collaborating? Okay, I think we are on object mode. We have object transforms. Very weird. Okay, anyways, we got these ones here. So this is weird, right? But okay, okay, now maybe it's just like that. Okay. Okay, of course. So they are constant, but here they would swap. So this is exactly what I want, because now what we're gonna go is gonna try to find shot for this, what it could be like. Should we get a close-up or maybe something, yeah, like this could work. Like we got something from maybe they are crossing the street already. Yeah, that could be. Let's try this. I have these signals. There are those assets in the framing. Why not? Also, we could check here what we get for the when you get here to show. Not too much, right? I want to make another car stopping as they cross. There's no marking here on the street, but that's fine. The cars will stop anyway. So here, okay, that can work. Something like this, I don't know. So let's see.
But it's just not easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. But it's just not easy, you know? One day I figured.
Oh, okay. So I think I have an idea, another idea. Maybe we can.
But it's just not easy, you know?
Okay, we get something like this,
Not easy, you know?
about here. M to make our marker shot 06. So what do you think? What do you guys think, Brandon Rivera? So then I'm gonna make the camera follow from here the Brandon, like some, like Brandon would be walking, right? And the camera will be like moving like in front on here, maybe on the side of him, as they, right? So they start to, the camera starts moving alongside them, like following as we get, yeah, probably in this direction because Brandon is on the right side. And then, so the camera will be maybe starting about here. So that means that they'll be about already crossing. So just got an idea here, right? That might be, I think it will work just fine. Good, good. Okay, so that should, I think we should be crossing the street as I'm talking to him. Yes, yes. I love your accent, bro. By accent, yeah. This, I don't know what this is accent this comes from, but there's a mixture of probably some sort of Brazilian accent with French accent with I don't know, whatever. So thanks. Yeah, this is because if you know other Brazilians talking English, it's not the way the Brazilian talk in English is, their usual accent is very, very curious. Usually, and um, I have a blended accent. I can say it's not like it's a mix of stuff. I think we should be crossing. Okay, so. And all right, so this is good planning already for this shot. Yeah, this shot's, yeah, so very good, but we need the characters, right? The characters are not ready right now for this shot because I will decide the position of this camera exactly. Well, maybe this is better, right? Like exactly in the middle. Sounds interesting, right? And the characters we need to, yeah, if I bring this will cause problems with the let's try to fix this now. So basically you just need to bring them both of them roots, actually everything about them, but yeah, that's why this is dangerous. So we need to, it's not dangerous, it's just confusing, hellish confused, but let's do it at once. So I'm gonna bring them here. They're kind of small, right? So we're gonna make sure that we got them side by side, right? And now the problem is that all of their bones, there's a gap between the last time I animated them. So some will have to, yeah, I'll say the root is sliding, so we don't want this, of course. So this is the problem of doing this by the without having cleared out the how the animations, the bones complete the last animation. Let's see here. Yeah. So this is super confusing. It's not good. So what you can do here. Anyways, you have this camera. They are getting away from. You see, I don't want them to get away from their original position. So we need to do this root constant, right? What is this? Okay, so here is the thing. We'll just duplicate this and this. Make this root constant, make this root constant, right? And then now they are stiff. And now we're gonna get this and this here. And then once you get here, this is not the best way to do the layout, right? I'm skipping some parts, so this becomes a bit confused, but we got it. So now we can just bring them GYY at where we want. And as for the camera is this is one of the cameras, and that will be the other camera. So here we would like them walking indeed. So here will be like yeah, we want them to start here. So now this camera we can try this, right?
One day I feel like I have strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day,
Sometimes you have to
one day I feel like I have strength and the confidence to actually do it.
And let's see.
One day I feel like I have strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day I'm practically pissing myself.
well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
Okay, so that part will be about here. Yeah, so here we can open up, right, to something when maybe the statue in the entrance or something like this. And but not from this angle. We might have to maybe it's not so good to maintain the camera in this position. Maybe we could bring it to the other side. Oh, but then it's Brandon talking, we don't see him. Yeah, so that's why. So I have to think how to flip the camera to the other. I think it's doable in cinema, right? We just try to flip not 180, but maybe degrees, but maybe just 120 degrees. Yeah, so we have another shot that will be like this, and then we can open up like this, right? When they will be okay about here. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So here we can try to animate this. So let's see. I'm actually curious about something. I've never asked this to anyone before, but Indra, what's it feel like having a thick accent? Does it feel normal? for you? What would be a thick accent with something like pronounced accent, something that is uh, strong accent, something. Okay, so there's a that's very subjective, I think, because actually, usually, it's very hard to perceive oneself's accent when you're talking when another language uh, that in which we have accent, right? And I think if you just start talking, trying to talk any language, right, any different language, we will struggle with the because there are many factors involved. Apparently, there's the muscular thing, right? The training, the physical training of the body of the mouth, the, the structure, the tissues of the mouth, of the tongue, of the say the throat. Everything counts there, and this training sometimes takes a life. And if we weren't born in the place, usually we don't get this granted by childhood and body growth and all that. So it's more, the body takes much more time to adapt, if it adapts at all. Then another part is perceptual. So it's the auditive, right, right, hearing, listening. So if we don't record ourselves talking, we just and listen to ourselves talking, we just hear ourselves through our head, right, which is our own, and we get a different perception of a subjective objective but subjective. Inside of our skull the sounds vibrate and we think we are hearing out ourselves entirely. And so if we always just, because this is what we usually hear when we talk, we don't usually listen to records of ourselves speaking. At least I don't. I hate that, but sometimes I do. Right? Then we just don't perceive the accent or the elements that maybe we can. And some people are much more keen to try to improve accents than others. This is what I think, of course, because if you're a voice actor, if you train with technique of theater, of acting, all sorts of stuff, even animation have some of that, right? Then you can you are subject of trial and error and improvement, artistic improvement, technical improvement, and this helps like neutralizing, dissolving certain accents, because the artist imitates the actors imitates other accents, right? And this is funny because I can sort of try to imitate some accents. Let's see. Well, well, you do speak really good English, thanks, despite having, yeah, the accent is like, if I would like to train really hard, and it's very hard to hear oneself, like and then trying to fix is like, some people might stand it, but for me, it's like horrible. I just love that the cars are yeah, driving towards a wall. Yeah, that's lovely. So I love, they must be on a suicide watch. Yeah, so there is an idea. You need to re-ask Brandon at some point in the chat, will be better. What we do with the fences, right? we need to do something about that. So depending on the shots, right? I like to do something about that. It's not too hard, right? Actually, it's pretty simple. But we need to make a good decision so that we can have more shots possible. So, which is interesting during the creative process. Okay, so I want to get this one. Doesn't need to be. Okay, this will be the one from the top. And so here what we can do is that we can bring this again, this and this. We're gonna get these roots and we're gonna move them. Oh, they are wrongly positioned, right? So actually what we need to do here is the following. We're gonna duplicate this and this, place this here, so this is the same, but we're gonna get these ones to be this root and this root. We're gonna turn them back to linear. For some reason this one is not collaborating for some. Okay, maybe we need to pick this. Okay, I don't understand. Anyways, we're gonna pick them both and GGY, no, GYY, no, GYY here. So we're gonna get them here. All right, so we get them crossing.
But I know. But it's just not easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day I'm practically pissing myself.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
Fuck.
Stop pissing yourself. So they must be on a suicide watch. Yeah, they are conjured to a suicidal mission. Maybe it's part of some class accidental class. So here.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset. You happen to have a glorious version of Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe.
Okay, so we this is a lot more to think, right? On what we can show. There are a lot of things we can show here with different shots, but let's focus just on the. So here I'm doing layout, 3D layout, right? Essentially. So here we got they are delaying. Let's not. Let's just duplicate here because we have some updates, right? Okay. And from here, we're going to let's
Not
see.
easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it.
Okay, about here, I think we're going to make another mark that will be shot 07, and we're going to duplicate this here and actually about here because we're gonna keep them moving. Then as for the camera, it should also be, it's this stuff, right? We're gonna move the camera. Okay, we already got it. So this will be a moving camera. Yeah, so we're gonna bring it here and shift D here, and then we're gonna not constant, linear for the camera, and we're going to bring the camera object no, not not here. So we're gonna keep it simple. So yeah, here should be, maybe start showing this part of the, yeah, about here. That sounds, the rest of the framing might not look very good, but for now this sounds sufficient. Then we get here again, and for some reasons this is not collaborating. Okay, now it is. Okay, so it is too fast, and so here we cannot help, the distance is too much, so we're just gonna try to reduce this up to here maybe. Or we just try to have this continue, start not exactly from here, but maybe a little further away, like why not, right? Somewhere about here, right? While to the end, we just need to, I can perhaps try to extrapolate. Let's see if this, no, still too fast. Yeah, so maybe we should probably not bother too much with that. We just gonna keep it as it were. But for the, I think we need a larger scope here, which implies the camera focal length. So long time that wasn't changed at all. So for example, here we could get this one. Let's see. Nah, this could cause misery. So we're gonna, so last one was here. Is this constant? Looks like it is. All right. So is there anything we can do with this one? Yeah, so this one, for example, we could, yeah, we will change the framing anyways, but this could be like this, yeah. Then we go to the next. And so here now this matters. Let's see what we can do about this one. It is very weird, right? We can't play too much with this one. We see too far. Okay. Yeah, I see the chat. So maybe just doing something like 20 millimeters should be fine. Okay, let's try this. Then the camera also moves here. So I wanted this. Does this camera?
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it.
Okay, maybe
Next day I'm practically pissed.
if we expand this just a little, maybe we can get the
But it's just do it. But
yeah, this can work.
but it's just the confidence to actually do it. But it's just but the confidence to actually do it.
Okay, let's see the chat. Just keep in mind when Blitzstrike is explaining each tip to me, he has to be pacing back and forth in front of me with his arms behind his back, like he says in this. It says in the script. Oh yeah. So good point. I need to reread the script. Yes. I need to revise the script again because yeah, a retake on that. So very important. It's about to reach that point, I guess, when he starts explaining the details.
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. Next day I'm practically.
And this one maybe could end differently, like the curves here. Thank God for scripts. See, yes, this is very important. So I had some issues understand. This is because of the language, the difference, right? How I had difficulty to visualizing what was happening exactly between Blitz Strike and that Rainbow Dash, like when she arrives behind him. Yeah, I understand the kid's joke, like she pokes one side of his shoulder, then she hides and appears on the other side, stuff like that, right? But it was the way it was written, right? For me, it wasn't easy to understand, so I was confused. Is she using some sort of magic to hide like that, or is just a blitz strike maybe just a bit uh, slow to I catch her or something like that? So I was in doubt about various questions, right? Because usually this also because the joke, like this cheesing, right, was getting a lot of attention, right, in the scene, right? So it started like here, but then it continues and continues, and she keeps playing until she even starts flying and using some superpower. So I wanted to have a clear, even if I reread the script like 100 times, I wouldn't understand exactly what's going on there because I would need more. Not slangs are used there, but typical expressions that for me are not so much in use, so that I don't know how to use popularly. So I can't. I need some backup there. So that's I wrote that part for humor. Yeah, great. So I think the idea will be great, but I need to visualize it better. So if you can, if you guys can give me some just I'll reread, right, but I try to Rainbow Dash is known to be a prankster. Okay. And is that prankster involving magical powers, or just like well, sometimes yes, sometimes no, but she's just poking people, annoying people, right? Pranking people, right? So okay, this gives good insight, right? What she's capable of doing, right? So that helps a lot. So also understanding her intention, because if she is known as prankster, so by default, so essentially she will be always trying to do this by nature, right? She is also quite fast and stealthy. Ah, yeah, okay, so that explains a lot. So that's the background that I was one of the parts, right, that will help me understand the that that part, right? Okay, thanks. So that's um okay. That when I'm gonna reread that, not during the stream, right? And then if I imagine she just jumps up in the sky, like she leaps really high. Okay, good, and crashes down onto Blitz Strike. Okay. How doesn't she get injured like that? Doing that, and Blitz Strike, maybe he also gets some sort of injury. Uh, okay, but that helps a lot, because now I know how that this behavior is typical of her. So it's not just by accident, and so they already expect her to be doing that, I assume. Then so this is also good. Okay. All right, so how to complete this layout? Okay, I was trying to get this camera here.
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day, one day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day, I'm practically pissing. But it's just not easy.
Just hold on one second here. Be right back. Right, sorry, back. But Blitzstrike is okay. Hold. There are a lot of insights here. Is also imagine her. Okay, that she might also use the geo to grow the wings and flies in the air. What is the geo? It's cartoony. There doesn't need to be any injuries. Good. So right. Uh, yes, I was expecting they will like there will be feeling pain, but not like injuries that will sustain that could kill them. So yeah, so there are a lot of that will be funny for the humor for sure, comical, very uh, good potential to make this one, because there's the sky. We can show all that thing happening with some dynamics. That should be fun. But Blitzstrike is, well, let's say something. No spoilers, but let's say he can take way more punishment than any human can. All right, so I think this is funny about his character. Like he's like uh, he seems to be older than Brandon, but he's also he's he's almost not in school. It feels like, yes, he's going to school like now, but he's like like uh senpai, something like this, right? Japanese type that. But at the same time, he seems to be out of this place, like and so he seems to care. Yeah, he cares about Brandon, but he doesn't seem to care about the uh about the world. I mean, in a sense, like he seems to have something else in his mind, I think. So this is interesting. And I'm going to leave it like that. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, understand. I think her leaping in the air really high is easier to do. So that instead of the wings, they mean, okay. So Geo is a special medallion that is used in equestrian girls that gives the girls their powers. Okay. So okay, so she might be using it, and it's called geode. Yeah, geode. Okay, so yeah, that's a rock structure, geological rock structure, okay, whatever. So yes, okay. So it continues. So thanks, fellas, for the explanation. That will help me getting
But it's just not easy.
more in touch with the characters here to animate.
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence
Okay, so I need to bring this layout to the.
to actually do it.
Okay, so here they need to keep walking, and so this should be just like going back here. Actually, this, so we can this camera position. All right, so we got this. This and this, then we are going to bring them G Y Y. Okay, he at this point he might be walking in front of him, like, let's see what you have to explain, to say, kid. So from here we can keyframe this, make, then we gonna keyframe this here again. Now this is what matters. We're gonna remove these ones and bring this, no, not like this. Get Brandon's root from here. This is sometimes difficult to catch. Here and here. Okay, then we're gonna bring them here, and so here will be the linear. What is this? We don't want this. We got this and this, and we're gonna pull them. Okay, let's try this.
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day I'm practicing physics. But it's just not easy. One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The exam, practically pissing. One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. Next exam.
Yeah, they shouldn't be sliding in another way, but I don't know why it has this weird feeling, but anyways, like it's scaling down. I think it's just we're gonna fix that in a moment, but it seriously it should be fixed by now. I think it's just the some crossed linear motion that is causing this effect. Okay, so once we got this, let's try to do the other flip of the camera. Should that work, or will we just yeah, I'm gonna try to cut here some. Not sure this will combine well with their more intimate chats, so I think we're gonna try to bring them here. And yeah, I'm not gonna touch their pose because okay, this is not intended. So camera motions don't matter. Of course, it's constant. No, actually, what we need to do is that we need to duplicate them here. And as we get here, we can change this to constant. And there we got it. No? Okay, so I think I've lost these keyframes. I'm gonna do that again. All right, so let's see what we get now.
One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. Next exam, practically pissing. But
Yeah, okay, this is a I think it's a good shot. I would like to have shown the statue, but before we can show it later. That I think we already shown that statue somewhere in the. Yeah, we barely can see from this angle. Here we don't see it. Yeah, you have to find a way to show it. I think it's important. Like it's not a pony. Maybe it's a pony. It's a horse statue, so it will. So they are under the statue. They don't even know what it is, and they are being watched by the ponies. The pony girls, the equestrian girls. Um, but just to complete the answer to Brandon about the accent, like it's like I used to think that I didn't have too much accent, but actually I have. And of course, maybe I don't have an accent just as uh, fellows of my country or cultural background, but still I have accent. So it's very hard not to have any accent. And on a secondary language that is not a mother language or was not learned as a kid, but so you just don't feel the accent very well. You hear yourself, but you think, yeah, seems like I'm mostly speaking well. Maybe you know, you can perceive when you have not speaking without accent, like with some way in some, but it's so familiar because it's my voice, it's our own voice, right? So it just doesn't matter, and it's very hard to try to counter that. So that's why it is easier if you start to focus, if one starts to focus on training, like listening to oneself and do all sorts of training methods, phoneo, audiology. I don't know what, there are a lot of techniques that can uh, like dissolve an accent. Like it's very, it can be very technical, but like most people don't care about it, and I care, but it's very hard to do this actual job because in my case, I've made a lot of effort to try to reproduce like the way of speaking, right? English and other language. So I dedicated a lot, but in a more intuitive way, right? And then, and this accent, some sort of accent persists, and a friend told me recently that while he was watching streaming of me speaking in English, talking in English, he mentioned something that I didn't notice about myself very well, and a friend had to told me for me to take that into more account because it was escaping my perception in some way. I knew the pattern, but I didn't knew the pattern was so strong even in English. Is that when I say H, right? H, the like help, horizon, whatever that used a strong sound. So my tendency was to use like because I didn't, I wasn't born in France, right? But when I was kid, like I learned, I lived there 4 years as a kid with my parents, my family. I have a brother there too, that had this, and the kids they learn very fast. But then I had this sound very strong, so and it appeared later that when I tried to use the H sound in English, my natural tendency is to go in this R thing, which is uh, very typical in other languages such as French. So that's, and I didn't notice there because for me I was too familiar with that. So this is not something, and Brazilians can also have this insert, but the way I do that sound that communicate that is peculiar. So I didn't know, and my friend told me, yeah, that looks like one of those French guys speaking English, actually. Oh, yeah, really? I had no idea. So you see, you just don't. There are things that if you don't study or listen, try to listen to yourself or have help of someone else, just cannot notice, right? So uh, naturally, you have to do something extra. So that's why it's very hard, and so people just don't even try. They just talk, and if they can talk we very well, very clean, grammatically correct with lots of words, and that's great, with or without accent. But it's cool to be able to also improve on the accent, right? I think so. Welcome, Texas Red Drone. Yeah, I remember you were there last time, right? welcome. So yeah, so sorry, Kara. I need to bring back here. Okay, so you got this shot. Let's just play and see where this dialogue
But
goes.
it's just not easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day,
It's hard to watch. Okay, let's
next day
continue.
I'm practically pissing myself.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop.
Oh,
The next day I'm practically pissing myself.
Well,
this deserves an extra shot, I think, right?
The next day I'm practically pissing myself.
well,
Like, I can see his Blitzstrike reaction. For fuck's sake!
well, for fuck's sake,
Myself.
well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
But I'm practically pissing myself.
Well, well,
I don't know exactly when to begin, but it should probably here. So maybe we get some sort of. These cameras are very tedious to use in this way. This way of. Okay, so we're gonna turn this into constant, and for some reason it refuses to work. Okay, now it worked. Okay, and then here we're gonna try to maybe a close up. Here, a good idea, right? We got maybe a good idea. We got this statue. Ironically, right? He would be talking all that under the pony, right? So it's like he's not even aware that they are not even aware that they're being watched, right? Maybe we could place. What do you guys think? Maybe we could place that rainbow dash some like lurking like in this spot. What do you guys think? No, this is a script, not in the script, right? But maybe it's just had this crazy idea. I'm Woody. Man, we have. Maybe the camera could do like a jump zoom to blitz strike at it. Yes, this is another, like it could be done from here, but here the centralization. Yeah, it still could focus. That's correct. But we can also do this from here too, right? This is not be the same thing, but it can also work, right? So let's see if that makes any sense.
well, for fuck's sake, stop. Well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
This could be said also in the same shot, I think.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously.
And here there is
But no.
there's something here important that happens in the script. So here also I have to revise. So I'm not sure here what to do right now. So we're gonna skip that, but I'm gonna test this idea of bringing the let's see GG something like that. Try to centralize out, but it's still better. Here we'll see how to improve this, but that something like this is fine already. And then we can use, in this case, possibly not only the zoom, we're gonna use the focal length, and we're going to keyframe this. Oh yeah, so yeah. So here we can use the linear, or for now Bezier, it's fine.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop. Well, for fuck's sake, stop.
It's no, we need to maybe do something.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop. Well, for fuck's sake. Well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
And zooming or changing the camera can also help, right? We do like in sync, right? Actually, this from this can be here, right? No, it's not like that. It works. We need to duplicate these cameras, and then we from here, this spot, we can do this. And why it is what happens?
Stop pissing yourself.
Why does it does that at the very end? Is it because of this? Apparently, I know what's happening. Is because this haven't. It was, oh yeah, but it was constant, of course. All right, so let's do this again. So we got this, but we need to make this into Bezier. Okay, and then we will get does this matter? I don't know for now. So, and then we get the focal length, and yeah, something like that, but faster. Hey, we can.
Stop pissing yourself.
Fuck YouTube, man.
Pissing yourself. For fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
And here, as he starts laughing, we can recover maybe the some of the features of the original camera position. Like not exactly as it were, but maybe something like this is dangerous because there are a lot of things that can maybe you need to focus forward at this point. Let's try to look at the entrance. Not like this, of course. So we got, yeah, I know what's happened. So we need to keep this constant here. Same with there is a messed up something that is not clear. Yeah, all these transforms are one of them is messing up the. It needs to be faster. Okay, hold on. Maybe the camera could just zoom to, yeah, maybe a bit faster. The camera, yeah, once it's. If I still give you garbage file, how soon do you think you can get it done? Yeah, the problem of garbage file, one of the issues, right, is that there are 3 characters to rig. So it is like those 3 rigged characters alone, if they need to be rigged, right, each of them, because of the lip sync, especially the lip sync and some other things about it, but especially the lip sync adjustment, the control rig of the face, it's half done because they are shape keys, but not for the yeah. So because of that, you need to manually sculpt or model the. Each of them could take about many days. So in the end, it could take more than 1 week to just complete all these rigs. Yeah, almost, maybe not 2 weeks, but possibly 2 weeks. It's just it's complicated to. So then the scene has garbage by 6 minutes, right? So I would have to rewatch the episode, but the script, right? But and the soundtrack, but essentially that scene might not be the complexity of the scene should not be, maybe it's easier than this one, although there's a lot of dialogues, and of course those things can be intensified in various ways and made more complex, but in principle it's not a scene that seems even less complex than this one, but longer. So um it should take my first expectation without the rigs, of course, was I don't remember it, but it should take just like twice the time this one takes. Something about that basically. So like if this one takes, uh, I'm just giving a more or less random number, 15 days. The other should take like 30 days, but because if this one takes 10 days, the other should take 20 days. But because it's simpler, maybe it takes a bit, like maybe, yeah, less. I don't remember right now, Brandon, sorry. But I've made some calculations, and because there's full dialogues, essentially, there's, if you get, basically, if you get the layouts right, on the path of layouting, and the cameras are good and all that are good, then it's just it shouldn't take too long. Like it shouldn't take 1 month. But the problem is the rigs. So with the rigs, if they are not ready, then that could very well, the whole thing could take more than 1 month. because of the rigs, because they just take very long. If we could find a way to replicate the shape keys into the from character to character, like I tried, like from sunset, for example, to Rainbow Dash, but no luck there. The meshes don't have exactly the same amount of vertices, and apparently this is one limitation of the shape keys in Blender. So we waste a lot of time because I have to recreate the shape keys from scratch, right? Or yeah, so that's so if we could get those shape keys somehow faster for the lip sync, if there would be a way to do that non-manually on, unfortunately they need to be rigged and right, adapted rigged, right? So so it should take a few days, even if we had the shape keys done, few days for each one. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's like I can't tell totally now, but um, garbage pile, I think for me will be something if I just have the 3D animation, not the rendering, but not the rigs. It's something like in between 15 and 25 days, but it certainly can be shrink down because of the complexity that is not that much, I think. There are a lot of drama, of course, uh, and that takes time, but I think that more complicated sometimes is figuring out some layout for very comic, very uh, some shots that you have to move the camera a lot and stuff like that, make crazy stuff. This usually tends to, it's funny, but it can, because you some often need to make retakes when at least that's my perception so far. I think I'd still let you do that scene then. Thanks, yeah, that sounds good, but uh but the rigs that are a problem. I can do the rigs, no problem, but there is this, they sort of delay the starting of the production a lot. I was able to figure this out. I thought they would be faster, like when I started rigging Rainbow Dash and Blitz Strike, but I was a bit wrong, maybe a bit too optimist. The it really is time consuming to make the adaptations. With practice, it can be made faster, but not. It still takes some time, especially like we have this kind of features. I have to make a revision now because sometimes they get offset. Certain peculiarities of the rigs that we need to address. Fortunately, they don't have too many peculiarities like a backpack. This also had to fix something about the how to rig the backpack on the body that caused some trouble, but because of the bendy bones and stretch and squash, the anyway, so stuff like that tend to cause some delay and takes more time for rigs. So fortunately, the characters in this style, they don't have too many features like that, so that helps. But it's still, whichever thing like that, even if it's one or two things, they can consume, because then you have to struggle, you have to experiment, even you have to, so it's not good. It's good to have simpler rigs as possible. Yeah. So okay. So we got this one. To let's see the camera. So faster, right? So
For fuck's sake.
yeah. Let's try to make this a bit faster here, and then I'll try to decide if
For fuck's sake.
yeah, even
For
faster.
fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
We could make this more dramatic in some sense, in some way. I think we can. There is even Let's try. There is an operator I've seen from relax, make the current pose more similar to its breakdown pose. No, I think it's the push. Let's try this. Now this is doing nothing. Maybe I need the camera, right? Ah, it doesn't have the breakdown. It's a thing that just affect bones. Okay, it's a limitation. Okay, this could work actually.
Stop pissing yourself.
And I'm really tired about this thing. So let's redo this camera stuff. And ignore this for now. And just focus on this camera. What is this? Let's see, I forgot one. Oh, no, I didn't forget. Yeah, this one was forgotten actually. This is a hold. And now from this we can, yeah, so maybe just rotation here. This is not.
Well, for fuck's sake.
Ah, that's messed up everything. Of course, that's always happens. So let's just duplicate this.
Pissing yourself.
And here,
Stop pissing yourself.
well, let's do in blocks like. Oh, whatever. Just move like this. Yeah.
Fuck you too, man.
No, not working.
Fuck you too, man. But no.
Maybe they walk and start walking and do that. Yeah.
Fuck you too.
Why it is not? Okay, this is still doing this. Should we get this kind of framing? Maybe. Let's see now. And okay, they are all messed up, of course. Is yeah. Okay, let's.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously.
Yeah, there's some other stuff here. Okay, if I continue this without reading the script, so.
I need some help. Listen, but you're a good friend, such. You happen to have boys.
Yeah, okay, so here starts the plan.
I need some help. Listen. I need some help.
Seriously. Okay, so I believe here we should do something different. So no, not camera, it's a marker. So shot 0 something 09, I don't know. 08 maybe, yeah. Yeah, actually there seem to be.
Well, for fuck's sake.
Here another marker got 08.
Well, for fuck's sake. Stop pissing yourself.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously.
Not sure this is the best angle for this, but yeah, it makes sense that like they're going to school now. Maybe no, there's something else. Okay, look, I'm Woody KFC. The food. I think they're on and Boops, Texas. All right, so now let's see the
But
continuation.
no,
yourself.
fuck YouTube, man.
Trying to
But
fill
no,
the.
seriously. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a good friend of Sunset Ship. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips around Empire Sunset where to go now.
Yeah, so definitely we need to find a new spot here. So here I'm out of ideas. We have to visit all sort of possibilities. This we're gonna t constant, and we're gonna try to do whatever. So maybe something like, I think they should go somewhere like a hidden place where maybe it's close to this pine tree. Fake pine tree? No, it's real, or maybe it's not. Look at this in the ground. Yeah. So there's not too many places to hide here. So there's the bushes here. This is a bit out of their track, and here we don't really, we get a bit lost. So here's I think it's a better place. Let's try to place the camera here, and then we got these roots. So we got this, and this, and let's hope that, okay, Shift D, yeah, it's constant. This is fine. So we're gonna just bring them here. Okay, I don't know how they here. Oh. I should reset. I'm very tired about their poses being all messed up like that. Okay, let's reset, except for the roots. Okay, not worked because there are more bones that we need to reset separately. Yeah. This, no, we're not doing FKN tweaks so far, so this, okay, let's just reset this one. Wait, what's happened to Brandon? There are some bones from him which are not, don't seem to be. No, this is too chaotic to do now. Yeah, let's just ignore. Yeah, let's just leave to the roots for now. That should be good enough. And why the roots then are doing this motion? They shouldn't. Let's go back here. Root of Brandon. Well, this root should be constant. Okay, now it is. And Let's strike's root. He's sliding here. We're gonna so that doesn't make sense. Looks like a bug anyways.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously. I need some help. Listen, Blitz. You're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to grow a sunset with marriage.
So let's change this. Yeah, something like this. Right.
I need some help. Listen, Blitz. You're a good friend of Sunset Shimmer. You happen to have a glorious relationship with Rainbow. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to grow a sunset with marriage during a personal bubble.
Kid, the main way to a woman's heart is into.
Okay, so about here we might consider to another, maybe not exactly here, but that will be done for this well, crude layout without so much of the script consideration. But yeah, I've read the script. Let's go back, and after I'm gonna make a pass to see if all those layouts ideas are aligned with the script.
You know, kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know. But it's just, I know.
This camera does seem to have moved. It is bad. We need to. Yeah, I've lost its original position. Why does that happen? Probably I moved it at some point in a wrong way. Yeah, from this. So this is a constant camera. And there is the camera that moves, right? So we
Sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
yeah, I have to adapt this, but this I wanted to change anyways. And so no, it's not super. Also, we can just, yeah, we can remove it and find a good shot here, improved shot for this, for him. Then from this we can duplicate. Yeah, like a constant this, and then from this we can constant, but here we gonna Bezier, and here we gonna just This doesn't seem to be working. Here, rotate and Z. Not sure this position will work. Yeah.
I know. But
The transition with busy is not good. A lot of things here.
I know.
Yeah, I have to do a lot of changes here.
But it's I know. But I know.
Of course, this is not intended.
But it's just I know. But it's I know.
Faster. Something.
I know.
What's this camera doing here? Oh, it's the camera that follows the car. Okay, it's not important. Yeah, so here I lost some progress that I had, but whatever, we can recover it. Are you doing more body animation for this right now? I really want to see that. Okay, so let's stop a little those layouting and let's get some body for animation for this track. So finally, so we stopped here. There are some lip sync. Lip sync is body animation. Let's see. In principle,
But it's just
it depends on the point of view. So the lip sync is not. We already had this one. So I think what we need to do here.
Sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know.
Yeah, we should.
You know,
Yeah, so I think we should work here. Let's isolate. Okay, so I need to improve something about my organization here because let's try different this time. Let's bring this here. Okay, so this shot is essentially good. Then we got the new one. So we're gonna try to solve this one.
kid, when it comes to women, kid, when it comes to women, kid, when it comes to women.
Yeah, let's focus on this for the character animation. And he should place a hand on my shoulder when he says, kid. Oh, yeah, good idea. Maybe, wasn't it on the script? I don't know right now, but this is, yeah, a good point anyway. So, got, so here I need to see this one.
Kid, kid, when it comes to women.
Maybe we could, by the end here, can approximate, yeah, in this shot here, he could already get closer to Brandon, yeah. And so that will make more sense. But for now, let's just get this he'll get in some sort of stylish pose, something. Let's see if that works. Like confident as hell. And actually, we can make him getting closer, but the camera view doesn't help too much. Yeah, this gives some idea, right? Let's see. No, more like here. And here will be too close to the cars, right? Yeah, here's not good. Like we can't, there's no space there from this angle. So something like this should be. As for Brony, at this point, he doesn't need to be. I don't know what's affecting him. His rig, let's see, face, torso. Ah, it's a torso. Okay, torso. Maybe some tweaks. No, something is really messing up. Okay, now this is correct. I don't know what happened here, but it doesn't seem good. Let's delete everything. No, actually, I did something terrible here when I reset something. Okay, here. Okay. So we're going to yeah, torso. Okay, keyframe all this. Then we're gonna probably this is actually going here now. And here we're gonna change this finally. His hands are still of the walk cycle, right? So all of his body essentially, body language. That he doesn't need. Yeah, we can reset. Actually, I like this. Or he seems to be leaning forward. Exactly. So we're gonna change this. Oh yeah, let's do something like this. Let's push Blender. Let's push Brandon closer to the street. Right? It is focusing on the street. Yeah, so posing is very important, yeah, of course. And sometimes I think that especially 3D animators make more time, take more time finding the poses than actually doing the animation itself. But it's just like here, if these poses aren't good, there's just nothing to be done really. Can't be helped. So it's just a lot of time for a good keyframe pose, right? For what matters most. And of course, Blitz Strike here, you can go more closer. But now we are not seeing that pose I wanted. Yeah, so instead, maybe we need to, you know what? Let's try to do this no matter what. And just need to go it in some other way. So where is the, here. His hand is yeah, so he hasn't, is going to reach for him. And now it's a lot about what to do with the feet. Yeah, so this is half, like this is like the very beginning of the animation. So it's like it's a bit like the layout, right? But the keyframe, so it's also not very, probably not super thrilling, although the pose, good pose can tell a lot of story, right? Already. But not super thrilling, I guess, because I expect a lot of things moving, but this is a new shot, right? So there's nothing here yet.
You know, kid, when it comes to women, you know, kid.
Okay, and of course this is not supposed to happen. We need to, so in Blender or in the animation technique, so there's a lot of things that need to be aware of. It's just overwhelming, right? And it takes some time to get adapt to the software and to the how the stuff works, right? There's different approaches here. Uh,
You know, kid.
so that all this technicality can just be a second, I'd say, be made second nature, and it's not still so much the case, but right now, right, there's we got some, why I have this keyframe here. Yeah, no, this keyframe is just wrong, and also wrong keyframe. Yeah, but this hand is better than this one, so I'm just gonna change. Yeah. Okay, so here we got one pose, right? But Brandon.
You know, kid, when it comes to women.
Okay, so what we can do here with this pose, I'm not still very satisfied with this pose. I'd like to be tweaking to have it more tweaking on it. Yeah, this hand should appear. Yeah, it appears there. This is good. I see it's not very clear, but
You know, kid.
no, it sort of can work. Okay, so we need to consider that.
You know, kid, when it comes to
Then
women. You know,
what's moving is this bone, and we're gonna,
you know,
yeah, I need to duplicate this.
you know, kid, when it comes to women.
Okay, so here we can start to do some small animation here to fix, to have some fun here. So we get this already, but blend the camera is not helping. Yeah, we need to change. Yeah, we need to animate them in sync. So this is what adds some more complexity. So this is something that wasn't present so much in the other scene that I've made, the sweet store, right? Which is when the characters interact directly, two or more characters. So this usually tends to add complexity to the animation, right? So, but yeah, it makes a lot of difference having a good stuff that happens. Okay, so Brandon here is moving and rotating in ways that are not very adequate. It was very rough before, so we're gonna
You know, kid. You know, kid.
yeah.
You know, kid. When it comes to women, you know, kid. You know, kid. You know, kid. You know, kid.
And also, I think we can have more bones here involved. Also, if we can rotate this, the whole torso, maybe this will help as getting okay. Sounds very messy, but we're gonna find a way through this. Okay, so here we got already. He doesn't need to have all this foot motion here. Oh, actually, it could be relevant, but it's a bit distractive now that we got everything. Yeah, it sort of lost the purpose.
You know, kid.
We'll probably have to redo it, right? If we do anything of that kind.
You know, kid.
What is moving is, yeah, maybe the hands are moving and
You know, kid. You know,
what's happened to his hand here? Okay. And okay, so this is the fingers. Fingers detail. No, there's a lot of stuff going on here in the way I wanted to simplify this. yeah, mirror this. Yeah, don't need to be so contracted. Just something like that should be fine. And okay, that is better. So here,
You know, kid, when it comes, kid,
of course, I killed the thing that happened there, which was cool about the foot. Um, Now I have to try to recover its
kid, when it comes to women, you know, you know,
this motion of the torso. It's not. Yeah, like he was moving forward and he'll just continue a little more. I remember what the intention.
kid,
And the head is tilting strangely. I don't see what's going on. The head bone, what?
you know, kid,
Yeah, something is making. It's just the torso. Yeah.
kid, kid, kid,
Okay, something like that, like he's paying attention to the cars for some reason, looking on the wrong direction, but
kid, when it comes to women, kid, when it comes,
he was about, he's still stopping here, right? So maybe we change this.
kid,
Now he's doing some not very important, useful gesture.
kid, kid,
This hand should probably be more relaxed in the end.
kid,
And especially after, so I need to pick some keyframe here that relates to this. Let's see. Oh, I've lost the What's happening here? It's like I've created and secondary one, duplicated it. Sometimes it's happens. Okay, so yeah, so I say after it's a bit too late. I think there's a too much drop in the performance, but we're getting some progress, right, fellas? So here, it's just
You know, kid, when it comes, you know, kid, you know, kid.
what I'm doing here is that I'm not trying to make this blocking animation everywhere. No, I'm doing something that is more organic, right? Getting things on the fly, fixing stuff. Sometimes going for more details, sometimes for more, and it works, right? You just need to have a good idea and just some basics, right? Some poses that matter. It doesn't need to be super like some on some videos or streams or tutorials they make. You need to make animation like that. Animation, 3D animation, Blender, it must be that. There's no such thing, just some there are various ways to do the job, right? The creative process, and the blocking stage, right? I used to do this on projects, right? It is good for certain. It's good when you have a team, I think. When you have a team that you have to share, one is doing blocking, then he or she gives that blocking stage to someone else that will do another step. If that happens, this in 3D animation, maybe it's not very common, maybe on big studio, but not usually the someone that does the blocking also does the animation. Sometimes often in 3D animation I already know that someone who made the 3D layout sometimes doesn't do the 3D animation, nor the blocking, nor the 3D animation. So when you expect to complete this scene, okay, so this scene is the information is on the Discord, but my calculations, now that I've started, right, I'm already warmed up. There will be I think we can do a stream tomorrow too, right? So this hold on, this thing is wrong. This entire scene, right? Let's see how long this goes, just to have a sense here of the sound track. See, we can see in the video sequencer editor. Okay, so it was designed. Where does it go? Where is that channel for the soundtrack here? Wow, yeah, okay, so it's that big. So all this, like, I don't know where is the real action here, and Rainbow Dash enters. But yeah, so you see this, all this is like I'm already undertaking this part of the project, right? So if I keep on this space, of course, this space should be improved, right, by the day. So let's say that this is achieved in some days, right? In a matter of I think this can be achieved in less than 1 week. There are a lot of camera and stuff, but here there might be, so I'll try to simplify, right, the camera shots and all that, and getting all this layout done first, right? Because then it's easier to calculate everything. So the scripts, there are a lot of things. So my expectation was that about mid-June, right? Like the 3D animation. So I can't watch all, listen to all this right now, right? But yeah, it sounds a lot because this is taking a while, but this is actually not that long. But of course, it takes some time. But then I don't remember here. I know that the hardest part, besides organizing the scene and getting these first shots, the cars, a lot of assets, right? So yeah, by 15, 16 June, I believe it is possible. But I have noted this somewhere. I don't know by heart now, but it's somewhere mid-June without the rendering, right? The rendering would take for some more days. 20 June, like this is a safe spot, right? To say that yeah, this animation should be done by 20 June with the render, or at least starting the render already, half render, something like this, because that render will take like many days on my computer. Not 1 week, of course, but maybe three days, maybe 4 days. It was something like that. Something somewhere between 2 and 4 days of rendering straight, right? And but the animation, right? If I find good ways to achieve the shots here, the 3D layout, not get too fancy with get good animation, right? That express the characters, right? If I get good shots, if I get things that are simple and that work on all these dialogues, right? And I can do the action scene with Rainbow Dash in a way that doesn't take a lot of complications, right? Doesn't take too long. Then all of this stuff, right? There'll also be the problem of these other kids that I'll have to figure out some positions here, if they will be walking or not. Maybe I can reuse some walk cycle on these there. But I forgot that those characters are not rigged. I not like Brandon, not like anyone. So they yeah, here, so they will be like still people like the other time, except they won't be shadows. So, but it's some extra complication that is not necessarily animation, right? But this would add some extra time to the scene. But essentially, if I can get the nice shots, nice camera motion, if any camera if probably I try to limit camera motion here, right? As some of the people mentioned that for this scene might not be so good to have a lot of them, more focus on cuts. So if we get these lots of cuts here, good framing, economic ideas, then this can go very smoothly. And chances are that 15 June, everything about the 3D animation is done. But yeah, it's a lot. It's kind of optimistic, but I believe it is possible. So it will depend on how well I manage this the economy of the stuff, right? So because of the characteristic of this scene, I believe I don't have to be so picky with everything. So the yeah, so folks, this is it's kind of very late here already, but yeah, mid-June it should be a good prediction, right? Exactly the day I have noted, but I have to revise. But I'll tell you with more precision and with updates, right? We can have a clear vision of that. So, fellas, thanks for watching. Sorry about the mess up. We couldn't achieve here this shot, the animation, but this shot, but we got a lot of other things done that are very interesting. And so now let's just play here. I have to interrupt because why is Blitzstrike hand not moving smooth? Yeah, because it's still blocking. I have right now, I have various problems with the the framing. Maybe the frame could be improved a little to facilitate the expression, right? So see, if the frame is not good, then it's hard to pose the character in a meaningful way. And here is just because I haven't decided, so I left it like rough here because I still not satisfied with the, and here there will be interaction, right? So the way the hand appears in one way or another will depend on how to pose Brandon. So actually it depends on a lot on the animation of Brandon, you see, in because it's like Brandon is leading his hand, right? So this is why I need to fix. I had to swap when I realized that it was too late. No, hold on. I need to do something about Brandon's action here. Some good stuff, which is not completed yet, and then which his shoulder, right? Something here and there. Then I will be able to find the good pose, the good keyframes for the pose of his hand, Blitzstrike's hand, and that it will look good in terms of animation, in terms of camera, right, in terms of readability, right? But for that, I realized that because of this camera shot is a bit hard to get, but it can be done. It's just that I need to, you see, now if the torso of Brandon rotates, I can show his shoulder better because his hood gets out of the way, so that means that this gives some more yeah. So here, if I keep messing up this, I'll just destroy this more, and I can't complete right now. It's too late. So I improved a lot in the layout, right? But then here for the animation, that was not very good, right? There's a lot of more things to do, but I need fresh refreshment to now of the mindset to do this, right? Energy. So this will be tomorrow. I can retake this and then can solve this entire shot, for example. Yeah, this entire shot can be done tomorrow, right? It's
You know, kid, when it comes to women, you know, kid, when it comes to women,
yeah.
you know,
Also,
kid,
you have a good lip sync already, right?
you know, kid,
Like essentially
when it
the
comes
main
to
is
women,
there. Maybe a new car that spawns can get.
you know, kid, when it comes to women,
And very important, some better expression to Blitzstrike. right? Maybe I can also add some camera, changing the camera, I would say not the zoom, but yeah, it could be. When it comes to women, maybe you can do something like this.
Kid, when it comes to women, kid, when it comes to women.
Yeah, because here the cars have already gone, right? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. So at some point, moving the camera. So this will help also focus the hand and facial expressions and the lip sync, right? What matters, right, in the shot. So dynamic shot, right? So yeah, that. Can you send me the progress so far from start to present? Yes, sure. This is a bit messed up whip with the layouts, right? Very rough, right? But yeah, it will make a good whip still to follow up the what's going on. So let's make it right here, right? So need to return to the very basis. I will record it right now in that. Yeah, let's use this texture. Let's go to the camera. Let's get this and something like this. Yeah, so view, play blast. No, we need to also make. I don't know where did I stop
I
here.
need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're seriously. I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're
Okay, so this won't count. It's just I don't know exactly when this will end. Yeah, let's add this. Yeah, let's add this. There is just
you happen to have stories worth showing the ordinary human personal bubble?
just some dialogue here, but no action at all. But at least we know how that it was roughly planned. So let's. This might be a bit long. Play blast. Let's see. I think it can control it by here. No, this should be fine. Okay, let's render play blast. Yeah, how fast this play blast renders. That's the coolest part of making these whips. Imagine if render was fast like that. Render in cycles, maybe one day. Yeah, it's normal that we can't. Ah, you're not seeing that. Okay, you're not seeing this because it's my OBS Studio feature. That there's a window here that is rendering. Let me try to. Yeah, here, this one. Actually, here. Yeah, probably this will add. Yeah, I like this shot. They are sort of hiding. So a bit weird that might not connect so well with the other position they were, but I think it. I already did something like that in the other scene. It's a bit awkward to do that, but it works, right? For maybe tell me then you tell me if you think that's too weird. Let's of course we can't see totally from the. So if I replay this,
Kid, when it comes to women, sometimes you have to know how to handle them.
I know. But it's just not easy, you know? One day I feel like I have the strength and the confidence to actually do it. The next day I'm practically pissing myself.
Well, for fuck's sake, stop pissing yourself.
Fuck you too, man. But no, seriously, I need some help. Listen, Blitz, you're a
Yeah,
good
it's kind of
professor.
good. Yeah.
You happen to have words which would bring about. Maybe, just maybe, you might be able to potentially give me tips on how to improve sunset weight without doing a personal bubble.
I think this is working. Just somewhat. It's getting interesting, right? Yeah. I'm gonna send you by Discord this whip, right? So this is, I think it's getting interesting, right? So I think this is inspiring. But I'm gonna reread the script tomorrow. I'll do all these things before, and then uh, I'll try to do some offline work before streaming, right? Expect some streaming tomorrow, right? And today was like not expected in the beginning, but I found out it was possible in the end. So this is interesting progress. But tomorrow I think will be could be much more. And then if I can maintain the rhythm, then we can expect this scene to be completed kind of sooner than later, right? And then that's it. Yeah, so I'm gonna close the stream so I can send you this. Awesome, thanks. Looking forward to seeing more progress tomorrow. Make sure you make more progress leading up to your stream. Leading up to your stream, yeah. If you can, yeah. I mean, I think you mean by this expression more progress in between this moment and the next stream, right? Yes, I think that's what you mean by this expression. So sure, that is very important because in the stream there, especially if I have this habit of talking all the time, so maybe I would need maybe to challenge myself to make a silent stream, something like that. Maybe one of these days, right? I can't do 100% of the work on stream, so it doesn't work, right? So it needs to be done a bit of streaming and a lot of offline stuff, right? So I think this works less time, right? So it what needs to be achieved. So, but yeah, I can stream more frequently than less time because yeah. And another thing I'm thinking, Brandon, maybe uh, I'm considering the possibility perhaps to, instead of streaming on the YouTube channel here, maybe directly on the Discord channel of the Brony Pony, right? Productions. Like there is, I see there are some people who can do voice call, conference, stream videos, and I thought maybe it's a cool place to do there because I'm not doing the streaming to necessarily grow my channel. All that although this is cool, right? Cool thing about the streaming is not my currently is not my main objective. My main objective is just to share the progress, right? I the workflow, all that. So maybe in one moment soon or later, maybe you can we can do something in directly in the Discord. Uh, but I'll see. There are some conditions there that may be better to be planned in advance, like maybe no one talking, not even myself. So that could be better, more mysterious. We'll see. But this is an idea I had one of these days after streaming, back streaming here. Uh, that could work, but you'd have to do it in YouTube. To do it in YouTube early access, YT early access. I don't know what is YT early access. Ah, it's one of the channels, I guess, of the server. Might be. No, it's YouTube. Okay. Well, after you explain that to me, if I don't understand, but YouTube early access. Yeah, I don't I missed the point, but it's okay. It's okay. I need to close the stream, Blender. Brandon, not Blender. So thanks uh for the support and for the interest. We tomorrow get way more stuff, I hope, and then we're gonna keep the rhythm and grow that, and then we're just gonna get the production advancement. I hope the other animators are doing well too. So thanks. Good night, Brandon, and see you soon. Yeah, see you tomorrow actually. See you, fellows, and hope to see y'all soon in the My Little Pony animation. All right. See you, everyone. Good night.